All right, a watershed. A watershed is an area of land where the rainfall and the precipitation that falls on that land will drain into a particular river or a stream. And you can actually combine multiple watersheds to make a larger watershed. For instance, the Cumberland River watershed of Middle Tennessee has a certain landmass that covers a great portion of the middle and northern part of Tennessee. But the Cumberland River watershed is actually a part of a greater watershed considered the Mississippi River watershed. The Mississippi River watershed expands all the way from the Continental Divide through Colorado and going up through Montana and to the Appalachian Mountains. So pretty much all the water, all the rainfall that comes down and all the snow that falls generally between the Continental Divide and the Appalachian Mountains would be a part of the Mississippi River watershed. Rainfall that falls generally to the east side of the Appalachian Mountains will flow into various rivers that will go into the Atlantic Ocean. What's interesting about that, in Middle Tennessee, we're considered in the Central Basin, and we have a karst, K-A-R-S-T, topography, meaning that our land and our forest and our fields are riddled with lots and lots of limestone, sedimentary rock, and which gives way to lots of caves. As you can see, there's a small cave here on the farm. In my younger days, I actually crawled down into that cave. It turns into a vertical cave where you have to either tie a rope or rappel down. I only got so far. But as you can see, after a rainfall, you have the water will actually drain into this underground cave, which will lead to an underground stream, possibly even an aquifer. Underground or groundwater is just that. It's water that's underground. And how that happens is the water seeps into the ground, or it'll actually run into a drainage, a natural drainage like an underground crevice or a sinkhole or sorts, and it will fill up all of the pores in the ground and saturate the ground, and that would be the groundwater. And areas underground where water can move more freely, maybe an underground stream or an underground lake, would be considered an aquifer. And all of that groundwater will eventually flow into a river. In fact, the Caney Fork River is a really good example of that. One year I was at the Caney Fork River up above Center Hill Lake, and it was October in November, and it was a drought, and so the river was completely dry. And I was walking down this dry riverbed with all of this, the river stones around river rocks, really pretty. And I looked down, and there's a hole in the middle of the river, and I could actually look down in the hole, and it was an underground river flowing, where this water, when in high rainfall, all this water would seep underground into these aquifers, and then and the discharge of those underground streams and underground rivers would be along the Caney Fork River. And it's the same case with the Caney Fork River and other examples. And hopefully we're going to see multiple examples of watersheds and streams and rivers of Middle Tennessee and how they come together, and the water quality that's so important to our ecosystem.